What would happen if I tried drawing every day for a month? Would I improve my drawing skills? Would I see a dramatic difference from day 1 to day 31? Or would I end up hating it and never wanting to open my sketchbook again? In this video, I'll share what I learned from this drawing challenge, tips for you in case you're interested in starting one, and what's next now that it's over. Will I ever do it again? You'll also get a glimpse into my sketchbook and see how I interpret each daily prompt. But first, why a month? Why 31 days? The inspiration behind this challenge is Inktober, or Drawtober, Peachtober. Many artists and communities create their own branded prompt list. I followed Peachtober, but you could even create your own. Usually each prompt is one word, and it gives you a direction for what to draw for that day. You can follow the prompt as closely or as loosely as you like. It's really up to you. And this leads me into my first lesson or tip for starting your own daily drawing challenge. Tip number 1, create your own rules. Decide why you want to do a daily challenge and what you want to get out of it. This will help you create your own rules. For me, it wasn't actually important to draw every single day sequentially. My goal was to complete all 31 prompts within the month, but if something happened and I wasn't able to draw one day, it's okay to catch up on the next day. I wanted to be realistic with my time and not overwhelm myself. Other rules I created are to be flexible on which art supplies I used so as not to limit my creativity, and I also was okay with following the prompts literally. Since this is meant to be something I do daily, I didn't want to spend too much time coming up with what to draw. I would literally just follow the prompt. Tip number 2, plan ahead for the next day. Some creatives might plan out their entire Inktober drawings, all 31 days, even creating thumbnail drawings ahead of time so they already know what to draw each day. To me, this is too overwhelming for doing a daily drawing challenge for the first time. However, I did plan ahead one day at a time. What I mean by this is, after I finished one drawing, I would look at the next day's prompt and search for and save reference images, so I had an idea of what I would draw the next day. This way I wasn't looking at a blank page, having no idea how to start. Tip number 3, limit your time. Creativity thrives in time constraints. Not every drawing has to be a masterpiece. Try limiting how much time you spend each day on your drawings and see what comes of it. Maybe once a week you spend more time creating a finished piece, if that's what you want, and you challenge yourself to create with speed on the other days. For me, I took about 20 minutes to an hour at most for each drawing. Tip number 4, experiment. Some creatives like to create a theme for their drawing challenge. Maybe it's a similar color palette or subject matter, but if this is the first time you're doing a drawing challenge like this, you might find yourself getting stuck and not wanting to finish the challenge. I allowed myself to use whatever art supplies, color palette, or even style I felt like for that day. You may have noticed that each drawing is vastly different from the last. I did this on purpose. I didn't want to restrict myself. I wanted to experiment, play, and have fun creating. Whether it was trying out a cartoon style like this spread, using black and white line work only, or trying out my various Posca markers, I wanted to see what I could create. This light bulb spread, made with micron fine liner pens and a yellow Posca marker, turned out to be one of my favorites from the entire drawing challenge. You might surprise yourself with some of the prompts. At first, I wasn't really inspired by the slingshot prompt. It's not something I would normally draw, but I'm proud of how the line work turned out. What's next? Will I ever do a drawing challenge like this again? The answer is yes, but I would probably create different rules for my next challenge. For this first one, I just wanted to get into the habit of creating daily and cultivating joy with my sketchbook. But for the next one, now that I've proven I can do it, I might want to try creating within a theme or push myself with a particular style. For now, I'll continue experimenting with my sketchbook, and I may share more in future videos. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to like this video and subscribe. A quick note on this spread. I used warm gray shades of the Copic sketch markers. I forgot these are alcohol-based markers, so unfortunately they bled through. Something to be mindful of depending on the paper and art supplies you use. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever done a daily drawing challenge like this? What was your experience like? Share your thoughts in a comment. I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out one of these next, where I share more about my sketchbook process.